Hey, Loco sports fans, it is Thursday night, but it feels like Friday night because we got football going on. Wes Kerr is out there live at the Den, and we've also got the feed from WHHI here to keep us busy, keep us occupied as we start to wrap up day one of week 10 of the high school football season. 4 games on tap tonight, 7 more tomorrow. But Wes, we all picked Bluffton last night, but the Bobcats find themselves in quite a fight right now. It looked like they had taken control at 21-7, but then May River drives right down the field, scores. Justin Head with a great drive. We're getting a lot of beeping coming off of you over there, Wes. Because they got the backup sounds going on over there as May River pushed back by the penalty. But Justin Head with the touchdown, and then a quick stop from the defense to get it back. And May River had made it up to about midfield, and now the penalty sets them back, and they'll have 3rd and long over there at the Den. But Wes, the Sharks really have been able to kind of dictate the pace and tone of this game the way we said they would need to be competitive, and they are right in the game.
Go around the 49.
Well, they've gotten the stops they have needed to stay in this game, and unfortunately, a penalty pushed them behind the 6. Can they recover? Oh, a pass!
Halfback
Can you
pass.
believe it? A May River forward pass.
It was a halfback pass, and it was pretty effective. Got half of it, which is really what they needed to do there. It is loud. That was Head throwing the ball to Sean Mitchell. I like the play design. BJ Payne was sure that they would see a halfback pass against them, and they didn't. They saved it for the Bobcats. And there's Hayden Gregory's little man. He is adorable. Goodness
This
sakes.
is where you call it on the stop in a close game against your rival. This is where you have saved stuff.
They're going to punt it away here.
But man, this May River defense has really stepped up, made a big stop there, and they've really done a good job of holding Bluffton, especially they've limited what kind of wards they get up that long bomb pass, or at least that long pass to Lamar Patterson earlier in the game. The Bobcat run game has driven the story, though. It's Nathan McCarthy and Cordell Holly who have really set the pace, and that has really been the offense for the most part for Bluffton. But Bobcats get back after a important stop by their defense, and nursing just a slim one-touchdown lead with 8:23 to go in this fourth quarter. Second place on the line. Second place online here in Region 6-4A.
We just saw a miniature Amari Patterson on the screen, and Amari has made a couple of eye-popping plays tonight. Unfortunately, one of them was called back.
He has been fantastic.
Right close to the line of scrimmage. It's not really
Holly strung out and knocked out of bounds.
Called back on a penalty, but man, he is just so explosive, and you can see why he's a 4-star recruit. As Max has said, he's earned every bit of those 4 stars over these last few games. I mean, just electric out there. But other guys have stepped up too, including Holly, and McCarthy has just stood up to the challenge when he's needed to. And this run game has just been churning. The Sharks have had no answer for Cordell Holly.
Yeah, Holly has been tough, and there's Holly on the run again, breaking tackles, and big gain out to the 35. I think my feed may be a few seconds behind you in real time, Wes. Oh, you're muted.
I will take that into account.
I'm not positive, but I heard Harvey say a run out to the 34 a few seconds before I saw that play. The great voice of Harvey Bethay coming from the speakers at the Den. We can put the sound on for the game, I suppose. We can hear Marcus and DC on the call and WHHI. And there goes Patterson on a run play, trying to get him more involved. As you mentioned, the secondary for May River has been quite good tonight in limiting
the one thing that has plagued Bluffton most this game has been penalties. They have had been really hammered in that department in terms of getting penalized. early and often in this game, and that has really been a factor in the story of what we have seen here. Bluffton really needs to avoid getting behind the six, especially if they're trying to close out this game and add some more points to their total as Bobcats will spread them out.
Looking around the other games tonight, this one obviously the object of our obsession tonight, and we knew it would be. Tough night for Battery Creek. I don't know if we got a final on that one yet, but they were down pretty big at last report. What was our last update on that, Wes? You remember? 21-0 with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. It was already getting out of hand. 24-0 at halftime in favor of Hanahan. Last report I saw on Pinewood Prep and JP2 was 21-7. Pinewood Prep at halftime. But let me see if I can get you an update on that game. And I know they've got a live stream going for that one as well on fan.huddle.com. And then the other one would be the cross game, and I haven't seen anything on that one yet. But here we go. We don't have a scoreboard on this stream, so I'm not sure, unless they pan over the scoreboard or happen to say it, I won't know the score. But Pinewood Prep has the ball at the 25.
Give May River credit. They have done a good job of chasing and pressuring McCarthy, but man, he continues to respond and pick up those big carries to move the chains. Once again, you see it there, just the tenacity of McCarthy to stay on his feet and keep those legs grinding forward. And he's just quite a warrior. Really, really have seen it all season, but this is, you're just willing your team to pick up some big yardage here and keep possession as the clock dips under 7 minutes. But Aiden McCarthy doing his thing right now in a one possession game.
Trying to see a score on this JP2 game. I think they just panned over to the scoreboard and I missed it. Let me see if I can catch it. I saw 21 on JP2's side of the scoreboard, though, which is encouraging. There it is. 35-21, it looks like, Pinewood Prep over JP2. So Golden Warriors putting up a heck of a fight tonight up in Charleston. Forrest does have a little Joe Buck. That's a good call, Marcus Walsh. Got a little Joe Buck in that voice. So the Bobcats down, or they're leading 21-14 and down into May River territory now. And looks like Pinewood might have just scored a touchdown. Yeah, they did. Deep ball. Cardell Warren.
Cardell Warren. That is an
you can
elite grab
only
in the
hope
right
to
corner
contain.
of the end zone.
But we've got a flag down.
Watch out.
Touchdown stands. You
And
already knew
yes,
that,
it
didn't
is
you?
a touchdown. But hold it here.
Personal foul.
Oh, it's coming back.
Oh.
It's coming back. An eligible man downfield.
Wow. That's a lot of touchdowns we've seen.
Oh, no.
What
a
another
catch by Carnell, and what a dime
incredibly tough mistake. Another costly penalty.
I want to see this replay. Somebody just released a little too early.
That's a tough one there, you know, for sure.
That's brutal. That's brutal because that was a dagger.
Yeah, that looked like that was the big blow, but once again, a penalty pushing the Bobcats back. And some more adversity being thrown in the face of this Bluffton team, which McCarthy's really starting to find his game. He was a little inconsistent early, but I think in terms of throwing the football, he's gotten better. This drive, he's really found his groove again. And he has really had that late game surge these last few weeks, and you're seeing it now again.
Yeah, this was the first really cold night. I wonder if that was a factor, throwing the ball early, getting loose and getting into a rhythm. But you got to give May Rivers defense a lot of credit too. They have really kept them in this game, and the offense has kind of been stagnant at times. But man, the couple of times they really needed a score, they came up with one. And, oh, that's a big play over the middle. Tyler Wolf.
That's going to count. That one's going to
I don't
count.
see any flags. I think somebody's shoe came off, but
Tyler
I
Wolf.
don't think there are
It's
any
Halloween
flags.
Eve, and the wolf has come out at night for the Bluffton Bobcats.
Ooh, Wolfman.
Just another tremendous dime from Aiden McCarthy, who once again has found his best play when the Bobcats have needed to. And that might just be a big blow to
That might
make it
do it.
a 14-point game, 5:25 to
Math's
go.
Math's getting tough for May River now. Tyler Wolf, great to see that. I think he missed a lot of time this year. He was really a factor last year, and he's come on here at the end. He is the first of many Wolves who are going to come through. You got Trevor coming next. He is going to be a dog baseball player, especially, but I'm sure every sport he plays he's going to be good at. And then you got little Carter. Don't you worry. Carter Wolf is coming eventually, and he's going to be. He's a wild man and already bowls a heck of a game. So a heck of a little baseball player as well. So there's going to be a lot of Wolves coming through Bluffton.
Yep. Of course, Allen as well on the.
Oh, yeah, Allen. That's a different clan of Wolves. Different pack. Different pack of Wolves over there. But there's a whole Wolf pack coming to JP2 as well. Because there's a whole family over there. Here we go. Got a little JP2 Pinewood prep action for you while we're at a break at the den. JP2 hanging tough, but I think it's now 42-21, if I'm not mistaken. But they have played well tonight. I'm bullish on JP2 in the playoffs. I like their chances in that first round. Let's see what Cross has kicking. I
I love all the streaming platforms that are available now.
Right?
It's been
Great.
much easier to catch some of these games.
It's a lot easier to find highlights, I'll tell you that, and
Yes,
figure out
sure.
what happened in one
Yeah,
of these games. I
Puddle
wish they were all streamed.
is providing the highlights.
Yeah,
The
someday
platform
they'll
store
all
the
be.
highlights.
Oh, they went onside there?
This is not the
Huh.
best situation here for a River team that is not a team that can score quickly compared to Bluffton.
There's Forrest Tucker.
Elementary school, they went there too. It's a nice, friendly crosstown rivalry. And Bluffton, of course, we talked about it.
Forrest on the sidelines tonight for WHHI TV, our partner in local sports coverage, our all-star sponsor. We were proud sponsor of their pregame show again tonight. Proud to work with Jessa Jeremiah, Marcus Walsh, Jeremy Pope, Maria Soden, and the rest of the team over at WHHI. Also got a shout out Mickelson Law Firm, our official real estate closing attorney, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, and our original sponsor, been with us since the beginning. There's Aiden McCarthy, all smiles now. It was stressful earlier.
46.
There were some growing pains that he went through tonight, whether it was whether it was just some untimely or just poor decisions. He got away with a couple of throws earlier in this game, but a lot of reasons to be smiling now from that drive that he just produced. And you go back to the job they did with his legs, but this is where you see the total package of Aiden McCarthy when he can throw the ball like that and connect with not just a guy like a Cardinal Warren or a Amari Patterson, but you see Wolf stepping up. You see Lucas Gates stepping up as well.
Yeah, he's had some big plays throughout the season. Had a big catch earlier tonight to move the sticks.
Sharks are going to have to hurry this up. 4:21 to go.
Yeah,
You're
they
going to have
gotta.
to really have a sense of urgency and run your offense at a quicker pace. With the way they do things, they're really going to have to push it into high gear with a little over 4 minutes left. This is, as I said, an offense that is more of a group that likes to grind you down and take time off, but you've really got to push it into high gear now and try to get that next score quickly, which there's certainly not out of reach at all with the way they've been going this drive so far. But timeout.
I'll tell you, Marcus. Well, we've got timeout here. We'll talk about that.
Still a chance here for this Beaver team to get back in it.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Looking around the 4A games, Brooklyn Casey leading Airport in the fourth quarter. That was expected, so it wouldn't change our bracketology. AC Flora leading Camden 34-28. That may flip some bracketology around, right? Maybe? I don't know. Crestwood up on Lakewood, but it's close. Crestwood was expected to win that. They're up 28-22 in the fourth quarter. So we got some close games around the state in 4A tonight, and those could impact the bracket and the matchups. So that'll start to take a little more shape tonight as those games go final.
Yeah, so many moving parts get into this last week of the season. A lot more coming up tomorrow as well. As after this game wraps up, we're going to get into previewing the rest of the games on the Week 10 slate, including a couple of big ones in this same region. Hilton Head already secures the region title, hosting Beaufort, and then maybe the most intriguing one of the evening that we'll get to a little later in the show, Thomas Hayward hosting Beaufort Academy.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be very interesting to see whether Thomas Hayward can muster up enough to pull that one off and take second place in the region after a rough start to the season. They've definitely shown signs of turning it around, but Beaufort Academy started off red hot and then kind of had a lull in the middle, and we'll see if they can get back, up to top form going into the postseason. So that'll be a very interesting matchup. We'll flip it over to the JP2 game here. They're on offense at midfield against Pinewood Prep. Believe it's 42-21. Scoreboard's over in the left corner. We get to see it every once in a while when we're lucky, but the camera doesn't pan that far very often. We'll switch it back over. There's community assistant Sharon Brown as the Sharks driving, and they are going quick. They're getting the plays in quickly and
I mean, you
going right
have
to the line
to
of
at this
scrimmage.
rate in order to run your offense to the best of your ability, the way you run your offense. And it's going to have to be up tempo, and you're going to have to get some good blocking to open up those running lanes, because this is where you have to find ways to get out of bounds as well if you can. And
yeah,
Sharks just keep finding a way to hang around. Like they've been picking up a couple of big chunks of yardage at opportune times, and they've kept moving the sticks. Credit to the way this offense has kept the Sharks afloat. I mean, especially without Andrew Johnson, Sean Mitchell's done a great job, and others have picked up the slack as well.
Head is having a great game and a great season. He really has emerged and is going to be a factor.
It's just
for
the
them
question
for the next
now
couple
is,
of years.
will they have enough time?
Right.
There's only 3 minutes to go, and they're going to have
You
to
almost
either
have to
score
go onside, right?
kick it or get a stop.
I think you have to go onside.
They're going to have to find a way to
big
finish off this
tackle.
drive.
Every time you keep him out of the end zone here is huge.
Yep, it's a win for Bluffton. The clock is your friend at this point.
They're determined. I'll tell you this, every time they've had to have a score, you felt like right before halftime they really needed that score to tie it up, and they got it. And then when they went down 21-7, you felt like they had to score or it was going to be over, and they got it. And here, once again, you feel like their backs are against the wall and they're knocking on the door. But time, the issue for May River now with approaching 2:30 to play. I think Tran kept it. He's in. Is he in? No, he's short. That's going to hurt their cause.
the play.
Well done by May River. That is exactly what you need to do. To find a way to string a couple of effective run plays together. I mean, that's the best you could hope for. Scoring before the 2-minute mark. Obviously, there's no 2-minute warning in high school football, but gives you a chance. You still got looks like 2 timeouts left, I believe, and you have a choice to make. I assume they'd kick it away, but see if they decide to onside it.
I think I would onside.
That's a touchdown courtesy of the Technical College of the Low Country.
Probably just because, normally
Extra
you
point is
say,
up and good, 28-21. Give credit to May River for staying in this thing until the very end.
They are not giving in.
All
I think
Bobcats and
I would
Sharks,
onside just because ordinarily you say, you can stop the clock on offense, but it's hard for them to stop the clock on offense. To do it, they have to waste it down, and that's not really their MO. I think I would onside, but certainly their defense has played well enough tonight that you could justify kicking it deep and trusting your defense. So we'll see what they do when we come back from the break. And looks like they're maybe getting down to the end at Pinewood Prep. Body language indicates maybe it's getting late. Not sure. Feels like the Golden Warriors have been on offense every time we flip over, but they're always just in the same part of the field. So I'm not. It looks like it might be something in a million because I see the yard markers way up at the 40. Oh, yeah. 10, 20, 30. This is like 40, 30 yards to go for JP2, and Wolf scrambling and get out of bounds, but way short of the marker. All right, they're talking about the trophies over here on
Onside kick.
WHHI.
It is
And
live in this place at senior night here in Bluffton.
Well, it's a chess match now.
Bobcats get it. Sharks get it. Bobcat ball, says Harvey Bethea. We're going to see it.
I mean, I like the gamble here by May River.
Yeah, I think it's the right move.
Yeah.
You still have a chance to stop them on defense.
Right, that's the thing. Like I mean, it's different when in higher levels or a team where you can have a kicker who can hit a 40 or 50-yard field goal. It's a completely different situation. But here, you still have a chance if you can get a 3 and out or even limit them to a first down. You'll have a chance to get it back. Although 2:18 to go, you'd love to find a way to stop them quickly here.
Right. No, you kind of got to go 3 and out.
Timeouts left. You're going to need a quick stop here. And we'll see how gutsy Hayden Gregory wants to get here if they want to throw the football.
That's what I was about to say is, traditionally you would run the ball 3 times here. That's not really
here comes
who
Holly.
he
Cordell Holly just takes one play to get a first down.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I got a little too excited
No,
there.
you're good. You're good. It is what it is. We're going to hear Harvey tell us anyway, so you might as well tell us in real time. But, yeah, there goes Cordell breaking tackles, getting a big first down. They did push him out of bounds. That's huge.
He ran like a bull in a china shop right there. Huge run up
Marcus with the bull in the china shop.
That was a little hint. Wow, what a
line. It's a good one. It's a good way to describe Cordell Holly. Got a little Cam Scadaboo in him, just bouncing off people.
He's definitely cleared 100 yards. Honestly, like 125, 150, probably like 125 or so.
Hayden McCarthy heading to the sideline to talk to Hayden.
Inside 2 minutes now.
Burn the clock down and get this big.
So they didn't stop the clock.
Yeah,
on that.
I don't blame you right now, giving it to Cordell Holly, who has been the biggest contributor on offense.
Yeah.
May River has not been able to find consistent stops. I mean, give it to the guy who has carried you throughout this game, and that's number 23. What a game he has had, and what a difference he has made for him to be back in the lineup.
Yeah, and it looks like they're
for this entire offense, and he just does a great job of executing himself. We're to find those open pieces and make plays.
The Bobcats are one first down away from putting this one on ice in the Den, locking up the number 2 spot from Region 6 4A. That'll put them as it looks like the number 5 seed. They have a home game in round 1 and then face a trip to North Augusta unless something crazy happens tomorrow night, which it could. Midland Valley could beat North Augusta. That would slide Bluffton up to the 4. That would give them 2 home games at least. Having a little fun with camera 1, camera 2 on WHHI.
I got to get you guys together, and invited us out to Hampton Hall for a
Camera
round
1,
of
camera
golf.
2, camera 1, camera 2.
Joe is everything that you saw on TV there. That guy is a light. He's got
126 to play now. Let me check in on JP2. They're still playing.
Wonderful to have him out.
And somehow, I think they still have the ball. I don't know how many downs there are in this series, but they've had it for a long, long time.
Good job right there by McCarthy and the offensive line. Textbook work. And it's another first down, and Bluffton is inching closer to winning this rivalry game once again.
There goes McCarthy, as Wes just told us about, with another tough run. He's got a bunch of rushing yards.
1:19 to go, just one timeout. That might just be the final icing on the cake here in the Den.
With Larry Jacquemont, who our MVP is. It is Cordell Holly.
Cordell Holly getting the WHHI MVP award. Well deserved.
And a penalty against May Rivers. The Bobcats at this point will try to wrap this thing up and claim that number 2 seed. Worst case scenario, 6 in the 4A playoffs in the lower state.
So first down.
Crestwood has extended its lead.
And there it is, victory formation for the Bobcats.
And once again, Daniels
Sharks made it interesting. No doubt about that.
Can't get enough of that.
Yeah, man, they played the game they needed to play to win. They really did. This was the kind of game they needed it to be. And they come up a little bit short here tonight. Couple of huge plays. The difference for Bluffton, and you mentioned
Bluffton
it several
just has
times.
A little bit more. They just showcase they have more weapons.
Yeah.
They have more guys who can make things happen, and they were able to win the battle at the line enough to execute on both sides of the football, and just a tremendous team on both sides. And I think this Bluffton team will go into the playoffs, I think, really excited about what this team can do, and I think they can reach another level to their game. I believe that this team can reach a higher standard. Bluffton able to do enough here tonight to seal that 2 seed in region. And this rivalry, which has really been dominated by May River for a number of years since the initial school split, it has flipped. It has been all Bluffton these last couple of years. And the power of Hayden Gregory and what he has done for this program, Bluffton with another signature win over their rivals a couple miles north. 28-21. It was far from easy. Far from it. But Bobcats do it again.
Bobcats get the win. It looks like they will be again the number 5 seed, barring something unusual happening tomorrow night. But well, not that unusual, I guess. There's a couple of things that could shift it around that wouldn't be that out of pocket. But it looks like they'll be either the 4 or the 5, most likely, and we'll see how that shakes out over the next 2 days, next 24 hours, really. But a great win for them tonight. Dug deep again, and we talked a lot about.
I'm going to step aside for a second, and we'll be back and continue to recap these games and get ready for our preview portion, preview number 2 for week 10.
All right, buddy. We'll see it in a little bit. So that one goes final. Bobcats win at 28-21. Let's see if we got any other finals floating around. the internets. That's a big win for the Bobcats. We'll go live to WHHI's post-game interview when we get a chance here in a little bit. Don't know if we have a final from Battery Creek, but they were down big at halftime. Let's see if we can find anything on that game. Hawks. No finals yet on that Hanahan Battery Creek game, but Hanahan was in control of that one at halftime. So safe to say that the Hawks are going to take the win there. Tonight, we also have JP2 in action. You're looking at it on your screen at the moment. Last score update we saw was 42-21. Keep your eyes peeled to see if you get a look at the scoreboard on this one, because that's the only way we're going to get the score. Looks like JP2 has finally matriculated, or do they have Pinewood backed up there? Yeah, JP2 on offense. They've made it down the field now. As we watch JP2 at Pinewood Prep. Bobcats 28-21 Bluffton win over May River just wrapped up on WHHI. We'll take you back over there for the post-game interviews with Marcus Walsh and crew in just a moment. And then the boys will be joining me in studio here in a little bit, and we'll preview the rest of Week 10 coming at you tomorrow night. I can give you those games while we look in on this JP2 contest and there. Well, let's get the audio from that one going. How about that? We'll just get PA audio, but it should give us an idea. It looks like they just put it in the end zone, and now they're trying an extra point. Jackson Riley back on the field and kicking. Oh, Battery Creek, a little bit of a comeback, but came up short 31-21. What did you say the score was? I wasn't even paying attention. Let's hear that again. That's a cool setup. $41-28 now. So JP2 hanging in there at Pinewood. Wonder how much time is left. It looks like they may be lining up for an onside kick here, you would suspect. Got to be late in the game, and they do. And my video glitches out, but looks like Pinewood came away with it. There you go. So guessing we're getting late here. If JP2's trying onside kicks, they are down 2 scores, so they have a long way to go here at 41-28, but a terrific showing from JP2 tonight, and gives us a lot of faith that they're going to be able to pull off at least one win in the postseason. That program has shown tremendous growth this season, and we're going to take you back over to WHHI's post-game coverage here. They've got Hayden Gregory and the Bobcats.
They lead the series now 7-6. There have been great games without question, and this was another one. I'm with head coach Hayden Gregory. I know you've got your hands full with your young one there. I'll hang on to your trophy for a second, Coach. Talk about this team and just what they mean to you, and this win tonight against a really big rival. I know you are just absolutely ecstatic.
Wait, real quick, I just want to make sure. You said we were leading this series 6-7?
I see what you did there, Coach.
6-7.
I can't believe I just said that. Man, I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud of these kids. You know, when I got here a couple years ago, I really trusted all these guys to trust the process and really change this program around. And this senior class is my first class I've had for all 4 years. And I could not be more proud of these guys for everything they've done and how they've changed this football program and the way that we've dominated May River the past couple years. I freaking love it.
Talk about Cordell Holly, who, oh, by the way, is our player of the game, our MVP. What he did for this team tonight.
We told Cordell before the game, you know, just run hard, man, and they can't tackle you. And he did exactly that. And when he gets going, man, there's no stopping that runaway truck.
I have one more question for you. It's not about playoffs. It's not about next week. It's not about any of that. It's not even about what you do here on the field with your team. It's about the two kids that you have with you, doing it for them, doing it for your amazing family. Just talk about what it's like to be a Bluffton Bobcat and to be in this environment.
Well, I just love my wife and everything that she sacrifices to let me work with these boys every day. And every moment I get to spend with these guys is amazing. I mean, they're my whole freaking world, and they love being little Bobcats. But, you know, football season's really, really hard. And so that's why I got them out here right now, because I don't get to see them a whole lot. But that's the sacrifices that my family makes so that we can do something great for this community.
I absolutely love it. And Daniel Court is with our MVP, Cordell Holly.
Yeah. Big number 23. Yeah, you know, you look big on the monitor. You look big when we're watching out there, looking out on the field. But to stand next to you on Halloween Eve, you're scary big, man. I wouldn't want to try to tackle you. You know, on a night when we can have given this award to a couple of players, Aiden McCarthy could get it every week, but he already got his award, so it's your time. You know, Mari Patterson could have been our MVP tonight, but you know, I said on air, if Aiden McCarthy and the great wide receivers that he has to throw to are the engine of this team, the fuel is that offensive line and you at running back. Coach called you a battering ram or something like that. You're all of those things. Talk to us about what this game meant to you tonight and what this season has meant.
It meant a lot because last year something happened I didn't really like, so I had to come out and show what I got this year and show what's up. So, and then I got to throw things for my linemen for what them did for me tonight, and my QB Aiden and all my whole team. You know, I love them, and I was like, we beat the May River. We beat May River. That's all.
It's always fun to win a rivalry game, isn't it?
Yeah, real fun.
Well, I've always said, you know, to have a prolific passing attack like you guys have, it has to really be set up by having an effective running game. And, you know, you just played solid all night, but you look like you might have been playing angry tonight. You had a different gear in you. Guys are not bringing you down with 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 players.
Always.
What was in the veins tonight?
Something different. Something different.
I like that answer.
Just something different. I was all I got to say with it.
And something different is why Cordell Holly is our MVP tonight.
Got a little something different. He did tonight. He definitely carried them when May River was doing a great job against the pass.
What a bowl game, what a season for Daniel Court, Forrest Tucker, Jeremy Pope, Jessa Jeremiah, the rest of our great WHHI Sports TV crew. This is a wrap of the WHHI High School Football Series for 2025, courtesy of Summit Services. I'm Marcus Walsh. Have a great night. Enjoy the upcoming playoffs here in the Low Country. Until next season and basketball season. So long, everybody. Have a great Halloween Eve. Stay safe, everybody. Good night.
All right, so Marcus is out, and we are on to handshakes at Pinewood Prep. So that one goes final 41-28. Pinewood Prep beats JP2, takes the region title, and 31-21. Battery Creek falling to Hanahan tonight. Just looking for that score from Cross, and we will see if we can track that down for you here momentarily. Looks like Wes is rejoining us in audio only. What's up, Wes?
How's it going? Oh man, it was quite the evening over there. Terrific rivalry has continued to be, and even in the back of my mind, like I expected Bluffton to run away with it, but it never really happened. I mean, that's what you expect from a rivalry game. May
Yeah.
River was not going to go out of this one without that strong fight, and you really saw that when it looked like Bluffton went up a couple of scores a few times in this game. The Sharks found a way to do whatever it took to put some points on the board, and that run game and that blocking did enough to keep them in it. Got a couple of stops, just in the end, it wasn't enough against a Bluffton team that I just think is more potent and has some more weapons, especially on the offensive side of things. But I mean, you got to be optimistic if you're May Rivers going to the playoffs, knowing that you have the horses to compete against a good number of teams in the lower state with the way they can make you earn it on both sides of the ball, especially with how they limited what Bluffton did early and made Bluffton really earn it late in that ball game. But then again, I mean, Bluffton has had a slow start in the past. They didn't
Hmm.
start well against Bishop England, and sometimes it takes teams some time to really find their groove. We'd love to see Bluffton and get it going from the start in that next game in the playoffs. But I think for Bluffton, when you look at Aiden McCarthy and you look at this team, as I said, I think that the ceiling is higher than what we have seen. I think if McCarthy is able to really settle in and find his outlets and get Warren Patterson involved in the game early,
Hmm.
I think this Bluffton team has some high potential, even higher than what we have seen on the offensive side as we get into the playoffs. But I mean, I think Cordell Holly he's gonna be a big factor. I mean, he has really been the big story when he has been in the game, especially tonight, because of what this run game has been doing. And if he can get involved in the pass as well, I think that really bodes well for what Bluffton can do. And then the only question is, can that defense hold up? Because
Right.
I think in a couple times in that Maver game, they weren't able to stop the run. And credit to the Sharks for making it interesting late, but I think it goes back to the point where what can Bluffton's defense do, and can they make those big stops in those important situations? We've seen it enough these last few weeks, but when things get tougher throughout these playoffs, when they go along, does Bluffton have enough in the tank? So
Right.
I think this Bluffton team, they've lived up to the expectations from what we have seen. I think Hilton has just really surpassed it. Just from what we expected to see
Hmm.
this year, I just think they are the biggest, complete package of a team.
I
I think
agree.
Bluffton's right there. I mean, that you look
Yeah.
back at the Hilton at Bluffton game, it could have gone either way. I mean, there was really that one big play to Jeremiah Walters at the end.
Yeah.
If that doesn't connect, I think Bluffton could have won that football game, and they could
Yeah.
have been celebrating or eating the championship tonight. Uh,
You're right. And we've talked a lot about how Hilton Head's Road goes through South Florence, but
yeah,
Bluffton's on that side of the bracket with South Florence, and they're the kind of team
yeah.
that might be able to beat them in a shootout. If it gets into a track meet, they might have the horses to hang in that, whereas most teams don't. So yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we've seen the Bobcats' best game yet. I don't think we've seen them play a complete game at their highest potential.
Yeah.
They've had either let downs in the second half or kind of slow starts
Yeah, and
in
I think it was
most
a
of
little
their
bit of
games
both, and then
against really good
penalties
teams.
was a big factor
Yeah,
today. Yeah,
they've got to limit that,
yeah,
but I think you're right. I think there's still more untapped potential there, as far as them playing their best game and really clicking on all cylinders. And if it happens at the right time, they could knock off somebody and make a really deep run here. And maybe a Bluffton Hilton Head rematch is not out of the question. But we'll have to
well,
see their very
I
best to
mean,
knock off a South
it begs
Florence.
the question, but I think South Florence is going to have the ultimate say in that. That's
Oh,
a
for
tough
sure.
be a tough
And
trip
and
up
they'd
there.
have to
Now
go
we haven't
through.
finalized the bracket yet. Yeah,
Right. But they'd most likely have to go through North Augusta
yeah,
and then South
yeah.
Florence the
And
next week. So
North Augusta is a quality football team.
very good
They are
team.
a
Very
quality
good team.
football team. That would not be
Yeah.
easy
So
either.
we'll see. We'll see how the bracket shakes out. We'll know in about
And
24-ish
I think May
hours.
River's
We'll
got a
have a
good
good
shot
idea.
to host as well, as that
Yeah,
seven
they
or eight seed.
should. I think they'll be the 7. It looks like,
Yeah.
unless something funky happens, um, they might bump them down 1. But as of right now, it looks like they'll be the 7. I think Midland Valley beating North Augusta could topple things a little bit, because then
Yeah.
that would bump Midland Valley up to the 2 line, and that would bump North Augusta
Right.
down, and they would bump May River down to 8. But I think as of now, May River looks like the 7. So they would be at home against Wilson, I think, is the projected opponent.
Okay.
So
Okay.
looking forward to that. Yeah. I don't know what time the
Yeah.
other boys will be able to join us here, but we got to get these previews done, because we got to like sleep and work
Yes. We got 7
tomorrow.
more games.
We sure do. We had
Yeah.
7 games to go
Yeah. It
through.
feels like a Friday, but it's not.
I know it's a weird night. So we'll start. Gosh, I don't know. They're all kind of interesting.
Jumbled up.
Let's
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Well, we'll start where they will start chronologically, with the afternoon delight. HHCA at Hilton Head Prep. We've said so much about all these teams at this point that we can probably get by with a little bit briefer previews tonight.
But I mean,
But
this is
HHCA,
yeah.
Hilton Head Prep, classic rivalry game. Unfortunately, just has been a mismatch the last few years, as far as the competitive product on the field. And I think Hilton Head Prep's got enough to have a little success in this game, but I don't think they can play with HHCA for 4 quarters,
Well,
especially after what we saw last week with Hilton Head
I
Christian
think yeah. I
really
think I
showing up and
think
playing really well.
I think that last week told us a lot about more about Hilton Head Christian Academy, less
Yeah,
about JP2. I just think that Hilton Head
agreed.
Christian Academy I'm not saying like they're back, like we're so back, but at least they have been
Right.
better than what we have seen, and I think they're ready to compete in the playoffs. This is the tune-up game for them, and this is where you really
Hmm.
fine tune things, get things ready for week 1 of the playoffs. For Hilton Head Prep, you're trying to throw your best punch at home and see what you can do. And I think it starts with the confidence that's brewing from a guy like Wyatt Harmer and an offense that is really predicated by Cargill, who has been the factor running the football. Can they pick up good yardage earlier or early in drives and get off on the right foot? I think that's going to be important at home. I think Hilton Head Prep's been better, although they had a tough loss their last time out, where I thought they
Hmm.
really could have broken through for a big win. But for this Dolphins program, it has not been the luckiest year for them in terms of what happened earlier. They've had just some tough growing pains this season, but I think that McFadden has grown this group from beginning to end of this season. I thought they competed well against JP2. Of course, they got that big win at home against St. John's Christian to put them in a spot to make the playoffs. But I think Hilton Head Christian Academy is just a little bit more deep. They're more
Hmm.
motivated at this time, and I think they've really got something going. I think that
Hmm.
Langhouse has begun to settle in his role.
Hmm.
The ground game, I think, is going to make an impact. Prep has been inconsistent in stopping the run, and I think that if they can get going on the ground early, they should be able to cruise and dominate in a game where you'd love to see just the offense churning and build momentum into that first round playoff game. And it has been a wild season for Hilton Head Christian Academy. I mean, a tumultuous one with of course what has happened with McCollum, but so many other factors as well for a team that has looked a lot different and has played some good, very strong teams. But I mean, once again, it all comes down to the fact that you cannot count out Ron Peduzzi as a coach. He has gotten them in a great mindset right now. They really showed out on both sides of the ball against JP2. I This rivalry has been all Eagles ever since 19 and really, I mean, 18, I believe, was the last time Prep really controlled it. But
Right.
after that, Hilton Head Christian Academy, led by Ron Peduzzi, has against his former club, which he has many great memories with back in the old days.
Yeah.
It's going to be Peduzzi, large and in charge again. I think in this one, Hilton Head Christian Academy getting ready to turn the corner. They're looking forward to the playoffs. I just don't think Hilton Head Prep just has enough to compete in a game against a team that is really revving up their engine for the playoffs. So I got Hilton Head Christian Academy.
Yeah.
Although I think Prep will compete in a higher level than what we have seen in the past in this rivalry. I just think that the Dolphins really want to show something. This is your last home game. You want to leave a good impression. You want to find an opportunity to hold them to a respectable margin at least. And I think Prep's going to do that. I think that there's a lot of pride emanating throughout that team right now, even with a couple of tough losses throughout the year. They got the one they needed at home to get into the playoffs. I think that just yeoman's work by those seniors, some of those guys, Hilton at Prep, like a Brody Hauscher, um, others on that team have really done a good job doing their parts. Britchie as well. I think that they are going to push Hilton at Christian Academy to play their best. But I do think HHGA is going to have a lot more at their disposal, and I'm going with the Eagles.
Yep. Yeah, I got the Eagles as well. I'm going to go ahead and assume that Max has the Eagles, and I'll
Oh, as
bet
much as
Marcus.
as much as he has been up and down on them this year, I would
Yeah,
assume
he's
he's
really
going.
up on them right now,
He's
though.
up on them now. Probably the
Yeah,
highest, as he
yeah,
said, the highest he has been on this team, and I would agree.
yeah,
I think that they've found a lot from just that week.
yeah,
2 weeks to repair with their new quarterback under center, new revitalized offense, and I think the defense has really been raising to another higher level as well. And you're able to get that home game, which I think is so important in that
yeah.
first round.
Absolutely. A couple of alumni notes on both those schools. HHCA alum JP Peduzzi, aka John Peduzzi,
Yep.
continues to be the NCAA's active leader all divisions in receiving yards with 3,648. So he
Wow.
needs 352 yards to reach 4,000, which would make him only the 111th player in NCAA history, all divisions, to earn that
Wow.
milestone.
That
So
is
pretty incredible.
quite a
And
achievement.
then a fun note from tonight. Breaking news, as a matter of
Oh,
fact. Ty Harpring just texted me. Just got done with our exhibition game at FAU. That's D1 Florida Atlantic.
yes.
That's how
I
Florida
bring
Tech was playing tonight.
Sudden
Ty
basketball.
Harpring with a team high 18 off the bench
Oh,
for Florida Tech for the
tremendous.
Panthers.
Awesome
So
stuff.
great to see
Yeah,
Hilton Head Prep
another stud
alum.
coming through that prep basketball program. So we'll definitely
Yep.
be keeping an eye on him this winter.
Absolutely. But back to the football games on tap tomorrow night. We've got a couple of matchups in Region 6-4A. Your Hilton Head Seahawks have already
Region
clinched the region
champs.
title, and they will try to finish off a perfect region season and a 9-1 regular season
Yep.
with a win at home against Buford tomorrow night. And I expect Buford to come out and do a lot like they did with May River last week
Yeah.
and play really good stingy defense and try to scratch across a touchdown here and there, but I think Hilton
Well,
Head's
yeah,
offense
Hilton Head's
is
defense. Yeah, and their
Hilton Head's
defense. That
offense
was.
is
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
diverse, and their defense is just playing out of this
Yeah.
world
I
right now.
mean,
So
give credit to Buford for what they did against May River, but I think with the way Hilton Head has been able to shut teams down, and then just the versatility that they've shown on offense, I think the Seahawks will come out with even more to prove, even though that they have wrapped up that region title. They want to run the table. BJ Payne, he wants to prove a little bit more that this team is ready for the playoffs, and you need to win this to have an opportunity to potentially get that
yeah.
number two overall seed in the lower state.
Yeah,
Now, Gray Collegiate is still right there. We'll have
or
to
the
see on the
number one
final.
if Hartsville knocks off South
It is
Florence, which
not
is
not out of the realm of possibility
no,
that
definitely
could
not.
happen. So it's and that's ever more important for Oakland to show out in this game, and I assume they will. It has been a banner season for Thad Zarnecki, who has just made so many impacts on every which way
Yeah,
on this team, and
and Javen Risher as well,
Javen,
going
what
both
an
ways.
impact transfer that he has been for the squad. And there's so many guys, unsung heroes of that defense,
Yeah,
who I think are going to show out again. Buford has been struggling on offense. They got a couple of things going, but it was not to the level where, I'd expect this Buford team to be by now. If Hilton Head can hold down that run game, which has been a little better for Buford, they have not been able to find much through the air. And Hilton Head's secondary has been more than up for the task here. I think the defense does a great job to shut them down, and it could be another statement from Zarnecki and company, cap off what has been a tremendous year, tremendous regular season for BJ Payne's squad as they look forward to already have made history, a first region title back since '08. It has been a long journey to get back here. First one, of course, in BJ Payne's tenure. He's been there since 2012. It has been such a rewarding year for him as well. Who has just he's done a great job growing this program for over a decade. But this is the best overall team. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. Now it's the best team that he has coached, and it is Neon Nights. The student section will be in wearing neon colors, and I hope they will probably have a lot to celebrate, in what should be a very fun evening to be a Seahawk fan. I think Hilton Head will take this one by several scores and finish off a perfect region campaign and a 9-1 regular season record.
Outstanding. Yeah, it would be first time they had 9 wins last year. It would be back-to-back 9-win seasons for the first time since the Dan Utley era.
Wow.
They had 13, 13, and 11 from 88 to 90. That was the glory days, but
long time ago.
BJ Payne trying to restore that, and that was back when they played in 3A.
Well, it was Hill that kind of got everyone at that point. There was no Bluffton.
There was no Bluffton High School.
Yeah.
So anyway, Seahawks over the Eagles. We both got that one. Then the other Region 6-4A matchup, Carleton County.
By the way, before we move on, Buford is right on the bubble from what we expect. I think they're right on that 16 line. So jury is still out to whether they will. Although with the new setup that Payne told me about,
they may be the upstate at large.
Yeah,
they may get an at large in the upper state.
That would be
brutal.
That would be quite a trip up there to.
Yeah.
All will likely wrap up the season, but still an extra week to play, which would be.
I think they would go to South Point if So there's that. But then the other region matchup.
South Point.
Yeah, we saw that once before. The other matchup in the region, Carleton County at Bishop England, and Max has now joined us. Max, you're 2 games behind on the picks, so we need picks on HHCA Hilton Head Prep and Buford Hilton Head.
I think it's kind of clear and cut with both of those games. I think Hilton Head Christian Academy gets a win over HHP, loud and clear. I don't think that's going to be a close game. Same thing with. I think Buford and Hilton Head's going to be a closer game than HHCA and Hilton Head Prep. I think Buford's defense can hold Hilton Head for at least a half. At the most a half.
I don't know.
I think look, Wes, I think Hilton Head wins this game, but I also think, I think Buford's defense, they held May River.
We saw what happened against May River. They stood tall. I just think Hilton Head's playing at a higher level right now. I think they're going to be able to.
I agree, but I wouldn't put it
just let him say his piece and then let's move on. We got other games.
Both Hilton Head and Hilton Head Christian Academy win by 3 scores.
All right. Now you're caught up. Carleton County at Bishop England. This is as good a shot at Carleton County has had at winning a region game probably. Bishop England, I don't know if Quinn Mahoney's playing. He was out last week. If he's not playing, that definitely gives Carleton more of a chance.
Chime in for a second.
I think if Carleton can keep
we got a guess, everyone. Hey, hello.
Hey.
What's up, buddy? DC.
How are you, brother?
Great game.
Quarterback
Call tonight.
from Furman University.
Enjoyed it. I heard that somewhere. No, great job. Great call tonight, boys. Great game over there.
To finish off
a great season.
An outstanding season. And, we get a lot of our useful data straight from you guys. So appreciate everything you do. It's got so much value. But it's not just sports you guys do. You're entertainers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I remember the first time I met you was after a golf tournament. And I'm like, you know what? This guy gets it.
After many a golf tournament. We spent a lot of time hanging around the
we did.
golf tournaments. And,
always valued those conversations. And like I said, letting us have this guy for a little bit. Max has been, we appreciate it. He's been an MVP for us.
Grateful for him to have the opportunity, and he's doing a great job.
Love to see that.
Turn around for us, so Justin.
Let everyone see. JJ, how are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
What's up,
JJ,
Forrest?
what's up?
Great job tonight, brother. Enjoyed
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate you. Thank you so
And all
much.
season.
Yes,
job,
sir.
boys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're going to be holding that for a while, by the way.
Probably not.
All right. So we were talking Colleton County, Bishop England, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got the Bishops. I got the Bishops, but I have reservations.
Yeah, I think it's a no question. I think it's a no question here. I think Colleton County is just not at the level of Bishop England right now. Although I wouldn't put it past Colleton County to put up a fight in this game. I just don't think they can hold for 4 quarters with Bishop England. I think Bishop England gets the win in this one.
Bishop England's big.
Yeah.
Is Mahoney good to play?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know the answer to that.
We don't.
Don't have any
We
answer.
don't know. But if Mahoney doesn't play, I think that Colleton County's defense can provide some pressure on a Bishop England side that just let a big lead slip away. Maybe the confidence has been slipping a little bit for them, and that's something that Colleton County can take advantage of. It's a long shot for them, but I will not look past the opportunity that Kinlock's group has. That would be one incredible evening for them if they're able to pull it off. I will not put it out of the question. I think it is certainly possible if they're able to force a couple mistakes early for Bishop England and put them on their heels. Colleton knows that they can hang around, and so I'm not gonna dismiss them entirely, but I have not seen quite enough for them to be confident in an upset pick this week. So I will go with the Battling Bishops over the Cougars.
All right.
Indeed.
Marky, you're on the Bishops?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've been real impressed with what they've done this year, and I think they're going to keep it going. Colleton County's getting there, but they still got a little ways to go. Need to get some athletes for sure, some more athletes. Battling Bishops win big.
Always.
All right, we got one for third place in the region. Barnwell at Whale Branch. Other than the games against Hampton County, all the games in this region have been really closely contested. So I expect that to be the same on Friday night. Pretty even matchup, probably a toss-up type game. You know how I love the atmosphere at Seabrook. I love that Whale Branch marching band. I'm going to count on the home field advantage to bring a big win for the Warriors.
This is underrated, low key, the best game on the schedule this week, and I think a lot of people have a discount. This is an important game with the standings on the line. Whale Branch, they've been kind of slipping on the radar as like one of the better stories this year with what they have done after Jerry Hatcher has left. I've been very impressed with what they've put together. They've competed. Yes. They've competed.
What?
Keep talking.
Oh, okay, people are talking in the background.
Sorry.
They've competed in some games I didn't think they would have a chance in, and they've been putting together some good results on the board. This one would really be a signature win to cap off a really strong season from them, whatever happens in the playoffs. Building up a program that has, in the past years they've been 1A, or now they're 2A, but they were 1A contenders.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're a couple of steps away from being right back, or at least decently in the mix in 2A. So I think I'm going to go with Justin's thoughts and really back that home field advantage. It's one of the best in the Low Country. The pep band, or the marching band, is tremendous. And the atmosphere that the fans bring in Seabrook is just on another level. They've had some letdowns in the past at home. I think they're due for a big win. I think they get it against Barnwell.
I think they get a big win too. You look at what Jermon Bowers can do.
Yep.
You look at what that team can do running the football. I again forgot the running back's name. But they've got Harris. Thank you, Javion Harris. You look at what he can do. That defense absolutely has looked really good at times, especially in that Ridgeland game, our opener. I think they're going to come in and really give Barnwell a good fight. It's a home game for them. They're looking to end their season on a positive note. They're going to do it. Warriors win.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I think Barnwell, obviously we've seen what Barnwell can do this year, and it's not much. They just
they're
have had
down compared to what they've been.
They had a huge senior class last year, and that was a main factor of what their season was going to be like this year.
19 guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of kids, but and that plays into a factor here. It's a young Barnwell team who I think in the next couple of seasons is going to be a team to watch out for if you're Hampton County or anyone within the. Yeah, absolutely. So I look at this game and I think they're not there at the moment. I think Whale Branch has got more to it. I think they get the job done. And who would have thought Whale Branch would be sitting with a chance at third place? Let alone there was a point where they were going to take second place. I don't think any of us saw that at the beginning of the season, seeing Whale Branch finish second in this region. I have been impressed with them. I have been impressed with them, and I continue to be impressed with them as they continue on this season. And I look forward to seeing what they could do at the playoffs. I think Whale Branch gets the job done at home against Barnwell.
All right, we're in consensus, in lockstep so far. Hardyville at Allendale Fairfax. Winner gets third place in the region, and a home playoff game. Hardyville coming off a shutout win over Branchville in the homecoming game last week. They won 2 straight. One was against Denmark, which Allendale beat Denmark by 2, I think. Allendale's much improved this year. That coaching staff's done a great job over there, but so is Hardyville, and so has that coaching staff. And I think that the Canes are going to keep their momentum going and get that home playoff game and get a shot at Lakeview.
Much like a local or a national establishment for chicken around the world, the Canes are raising Canes. I tell you what. They have really impressed me.
A little cane sauce on
just a little bit at a time. I am on the Canes bandwagon, and I was really impressed with them against Hilton Head. I've been impressed with them all season. Raising Canes win big.
Yeah, Canes.
Jamesons are outstanding, and a bunch of other great players too. Tinoco and Kamari, of course.
Hey, I'm asking how important can a kicker be at this point of the season? Tinoco he has been tremendous. I think
and by the way, he ran at 1840 or something at the region cross country meet.
Oh my God!
Tremendous.
All right. We got the wheels.
Tremendous athlete. He can do it all. I like the vibes of this Hardyville team. What we saw last week against Branchville wasn't just a win; it was a really strong, convincing victory. Yeah. And they're really starting to find that groove. I love the way the offense is going. The run game has been tremendous, and they've made some opportune stops on the defensive side of the ball. This one might be a bit tougher, but I just love the energy, the opportunities in front of them, and I would love them to seize it. I think they will pick up in what would be an enormous win for this Hurricanes program. I'll go. You go. You went Raising Canes. I'll go. I'll go a little Scorpions. Here I am. I'm gonna rock their opponent like a hurricane.
Yeah. Scorpions.
Yes. Hey, look. I think just like the cane sauce, man. This team is fire. They are absolutely. Yeah. I think this Hurricanes team is really special this season. They've had their ups and downs. They've had injuries here and there, but they are healthy now and they are ready to go. Got a huge win against Branchville. Absolutely smoked Branchville. And, now they have a chance to, I believe, sole possession of third place here in their region. This is a big deal for Hardyville. I think they get the job done. I think they can beat an Allendale team, which, like you said, Justin, yes, they are much improved, especially with a win over Denmark Olar last Friday. I look at this Hurricanes team, I say, I really like how they are, and I think I like where they're going to be sitting when playoffs comes around. So give me the Hurricanes. I think they're going to be cooking tomorrow night.
All right.
Cooking with gas.
Propane.
Then we got 2 Skeeza games tomorrow night, other than the afternoon delight. Got Patrick Henry at Andrew Jackson Academy. Stricklander calls it Hate Week. This is a bitter rivalry. They do not like each other. Patrick Henry has a nickname for Andrew Jackson that we won't say on the air. And it's just, they don't like each other at all. This is a great old school rivalry, and they're both struggling. They both really need a win, and the winner is going to go to the playoffs. I haven't been able to say it much this year, but I'm going with the Pats. Go Pats!
Yeah, I am too. I'm a big fan of the Stricklander, the support he has for that team. Yeah, it's not the Michael Tucker Mathis days.
No, but it's Luke Sobey and Kai Sobey and Rylan Brunson days.
Yeah, there you go. Or the twins that played there. But I tell you what, Patrick Henry's going to come out with their head on fire, and they're going to be rolling. And give me the Pats.
The reality is,
they with the New England Patriots.
Yeah, the Pates, as they call it on the Casuals podcast, because technically short for Patriots would be Pates, not Pats, right? But
that's true.
I like calling them the Pates. So go Pates. But no, they've been looking forward to this one because their schedule has been such that there haven't been many possible wins on that schedule. And they knew this one was, and they've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree. The post Michael Tucker Mathis era has been rough on them, but I think they can succeed and get a spot in the playoffs. You know, and I do like the passion and the energy this Patrick Henry team can bring when they're playing well. And I think they've lost some of that energy right now, but I think they can get it back tomorrow night. I think Patrick Henry's got a shot tomorrow night, and I think they will take that shot, they will fire it, and they will get the job done. Give me the Pates over Andrew Jackson.
The Pates. By the way, shout out to our one of our favorite Patriots fans, Matt Gohagen. We saw him score the touchdown a couple weeks ago. Amazing. I saw that he was granted his Make-A-Wish. And his Make-A-Wish was not anything for him. He asked for a $24,000 massage chair for the cancer oncologists at the MUSC Cancer Center, where
that's awesome. That's nice.
Diagnosed, and or at the Heart Center, I guess, whatever it is. But yeah, he paid forward his Make-A-Wish, which is incredible. And Wes has made it home. We were just talking Patrick Henry, Andrew Jackson, and we're all on the Pates. We're taking the Pats at home. What do you got, Wes?
Oh boy, this is
it's hate week.
An important clash between two teams that are just scrapping and clawing for that big win. You look at PHA, it has been just a rough season for them overall. Just not the talent they have once had, but. What an opportunity for them. This is a elimination game. Like, this determines the final playoff spot, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
this is a play-in game.
It's basically a playoff game for these two teams. So, they're gonna put their best foot forward in this one. I'm hoping that they're able to put together a strong start on the road. That's critical at Andrew Jackson. For this PHA team, it's a rough stretch, but I believe in what Brunson has been doing. He has not just been a terrific rock quarterback, where he's starting to really find that groove running the football. But don't sleep on the Sobey brothers and mostly Kai Sobey, who has been
been really
freshman
carrying it lately.
Both those two brothers have been effective. So if they can get good positive gains from Sobey, that can really be important. And then they've got some guys who can
make jokes about anything.
Yeah, and then the junior, the older Sobey, has been a defensive stud. He has leads the team in several statistical categories on the defensive side of football. So changing the guard, it's a family affair a lot of the times at Patrick Henry. But can some other guys step up and make big impacts, force some turnovers? It's just going to be the team who wants it the most this time of year and who can deliver the extra effort and just empty the tank to the best of their ability to make the big plays happen. Everything magnified this time of the year. And I have a feeling that, this Patrick Henry team, the tradition, it's a rich one over there. They know what it takes to win big games. They just, the camaraderie with that team, the culture, it's still there. I think it all comes together. And I think they win a tight one-possession game to book their spot in the playoffs. And if that happens, I'd love to hear from a very happy Strickland tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I hope so. All right, so last game, boys. We're down to the last one, and it's a big one. Buford Academy going over to Thomas Hayward. These teams have had kind of unusual seasons. Buford Academy looked like a world beater at the start, then kind of hit a lull in the middle. Played quite well last week against Andrew Jackson. Get right game. So you'd like to think that they'll be able to carry that into this game. Thomas Hayward really started rough, had a couple of really spectacular games where you thought they were turning the corner, and then had a kind of puzzling loss on the road at Carolina Academy. So I just don't have a good feel for Thomas Hayward, and so I think I'm going with BA. I've seen a little more consistency there. I feel like I know a little bit more what they have. But Thomas Hayward's not going to lay down at home. Josh Gibson and Antonio Banner are going to leave it all out there, and I think this would be a good game.
The thing is that BA has more than just those two guys, and they're due for a big game. I've called several of those games in the past, and this is like a big statement game for BA every year. They want to beat Thomas Hayward every single year, and lately they've done it. And I think despite it being on the road, they're going to go in there and they're going to do it again. Nothing against Thomas Hayward. Nothing against what Dan Bryan's got going on with that team. Daniel Bryan, excuse me, what he's got going on with that team in his first year. And I know this is not the year that Tony O'Banner wanted for his last. And the same thing with Gibson. Tough years for those guys, but they're going to play to the final whistle. BA's just a better team. And you just said it, JJ. They started off absolutely on fire, to the point where I'm like, I forgot about them. But things have been a little bit of a struggle as of late. They're going to get right in a big way. I think BA wins, and the games have not been close lately. They won 49-25 last year. I think BA wins by 3 or 4 scores. Honestly, I do.
Nice cut, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I expect big things out of certainly Tony O'Banner. If the line can hold up, and certainly Gibson, BA wins by 3 to 4 scores. Yeah, thanks to my guy Darius getting in at 10 o'clock to get me in.
Nice work. Maxie?
Look, I think BA is the better team here. I think Thomas Hayward can give them a fight. I wouldn't put it past Tony O'Banner to have a monster type game in a game such as this, as big of a game as this is. I wouldn't put it past BA to be trying to figure out how to stop Tony O'Banner. Because the one thing I noticed watching them play Colleton Prep, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, is that Buford Academy struggled to stop the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an issue if you're going up against someone like Thomas Hayward with Tony O'Banner and Gibson, who is also very good at running the football too.
Yeah.
I think BA wins this game, but I wouldn't put it past Thomas Hayward to make it a 1-score game.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Wes, are you going to break up our consensus here? You're going to go the other way?
This was a tough pick.
It was
for me because it gave me thoughts that Thomas Hayward. It's been a weird season for them. They got a lot of games postponed. They didn't play much, and they didn't look good when they really got into it. Then they ripped off a couple of nice wins, and then had a letdown most recently. So I'm not really sure what you're going to get from them. Meanwhile, BA, a team that started off red hot, and they've tapered off a bit recently. Although they've gotten right a bit now. So it's a very intriguing pick for me. I still think BA has a lot going for them. I like the way that Nick Schuford has played under center. I think that defense has done well most parts of the year. They've overcome a couple of tough moments to pick up some important wins. I just think they're a little bit more balanced compared to a Thomas Hayward team that you have Gibson, you have O'Banner, but BA. I just feel like they have the guys that can slow them down or at least contain them enough to make that difference. So I just think, as much as Thomas Hayward can, I could see them, slipping in and competing and maybe stealing it. I just feel the likelihood of BA putting together a strong, solid performance and coming away with this win, I think is the more likely situation. So I like the BA's offense. They're very versatile. I think that Nick Underwood has been a little bit under the radar compared to what he has done in the early part of the season. I think he's still going to have his way here. I think he's going to get back to the form that we have seen, and I just don't think that Thomas Harrod will be able to stop him enough. I just think BA has a little bit more in terms of their arsenal on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to make some plays on Thomas Harrod and look to slow down their top guys. So I'm going BA, and what should be I don't think it'll be a runaway. I think Hayward will find a way to compete. I think BA wins by maybe 2 scores.
Underwood, by the way, has been a little more under the radar lately, but he still has 144 carries for 1,421 yards, average of 9.9 per carry, and 157.9 per game with 19 touchdowns. So quite a year for Nick Underwood. Consensus on all 7 games, boys. So that means we're probably bound to be wrong on a couple of them, right?
Right.
We'll see how it goes. But, well, fellas, it looks cold out there. You got anything you want to say before you sign off?
Yeah, you were, I'm sure, talking about the other games that went on. I just was looking at the scores. Pretty competitive matchups it turned out being for both Hanahan BC and certainly Pinewood Prep and JP2. I think all 4 of those teams can, obviously not being there, I don't know, but all 4 of those teams can definitely have their heads held high for the performances that they give just by the scores.
I know it was 24-0 at halftime at Creek, but they obviously showed some fight in the second half and made it respectable. JP2 was mostly in that game. I mean, it was like 2 scores all night. They were fighting uphill all night, but they were right in there. So that was very encouraging for me, and I feel really good about them next week, and especially next year. Really good about them next year. But yeah. So 4 down tonight, 7 to go tomorrow. What'd you say, Marcus?
How things go with Cross? Do we happen to know?
Haven't seen a score yet. Yeah, I haven't seen a score. So not sure about that one, but we'll let you know tomorrow night on the Lowco Pigskin Live when we do it all again, boys. We got another 7 games on the slate tomorrow night, as we told you about. We previewed them all for you. HHCA at Hilton Head Prep, Buford at Hilton Head, Colleton County at Bishop England, Barnwell at Whale Branch, Hardyville at Allendale Fairfax, Patrick Henry at Andrew Jackson Academy, and Buford Academy at Thomas Hayward. We'll be back to tell you what happened tomorrow night on Lowco Pigskin Live. Any parting thoughts, fellas, before we call it a night?
Yeah, I mean, just back to the Mary River Bluffton game, tremendous ball game, and big kudos to both teams for how they played. Bluffton really showcased a lot, especially Cordell Holly, but McCarthy doing his thing. May River, credit to them for hanging in there, and they made this a truly another standout rivalry game between these 2 teams. And I think the Sharks have a lot to hang their hats on, and as they get ready for the playoffs. I think they're going to be a tough out with the way they compete on defense and just the way they can power through on that offensive side. And I think they may have some plays still saved up, and we'll see how it goes for them. But I commend May River on the effort that they put up there tonight, because I thought it was going to be like a much broader victory for Bluffton in terms of.
I really did too.
So I credit to the Sharks for hanging in there and making this a tremendous game towards the final few minutes. But my second parting thought also regarding that game, credit to the students for showing out. And so at halftime, they had a Halloween costume contest.
Costume contest.
And man, there were some good
Ted Lasso,
Ted Lasso.
Daphne.
Yes. So there you go. The winners of the
like
Halloween costume contest. There were some other good ones that did not win.
Yeah, there were.
So yeah,
really good.
That's a cool
thing.
Those
guys are cold. Let's let them say what they need to say.
Yeah. All right. Go on.
They look so cold.
We've had a great season. Hard to believe that the Kent of Walsh and Court have called games for 5 years now. We just wrapped up year 5, but I'm looking forward to going to HHCA Hilton Head Prep tomorrow. I'll be, seeing some teams certainly in the playoffs as I can, and as teams play at home, I'm sure we'll see some good teams definitely in the hyper-local area here at home in the playoffs starting next week. It's been a great season. We've been able to add a lot. There's a 5-minute hit that Daniel and I did that is airing tomorrow on the news. We didn't have news fresh news today because of the fact that we're loading up the van to get here.
Yeah.
So, news tomorrow on WHHI, and Daniel and I do a hit where we kind of encapsulate the whole season. A lot of great things, and basketball season's going to be here before we know it, and we're hoping to do a whole more there, but we still have a lot of football, fellas.
Practice starts Monday.
Continue. What? Yeah,
Practice starts Monday.
But basketball, sure.
And wrestling.
It's going to be fun this playoff season for football for sure. And we had a blast here tonight and a great game and a few tricks for everybody on a spooky weekend.
Few tricks, any treats or
there
were treats for sure.
I saw him taking down some treats in the van. There was some hot wings.
The new name for the van is Van Force One. That's what we're here on.
I just heard it called the van down by the river all night long, which had me laughing every single time thinking about Chris Farley.
Us to get that in, and he wanted us to get the quote from Waterboy in, and of course had DC start with that with the fact his name's Daniel, and I did my best Brent Musburger. It was comedy at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Good stuff. Max, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, look, this was an incredible game, incredible way to finish out the regular season for us at WHHI. And it's been such an experience working with them this year. And
appreciate having you, bud.
Yeah, it's been a really cool experience. And look, I hope to look forward to being a bigger part next year on WHHI. But in terms of this game, I mean, both teams played really well. I kind of thought there was a chance that it could be a close game. I kind of said last night, if May River can try to control the clock, I think it's a much closer game than, I think everyone else would think it would be. I know that Bluffton's got a real powerful offense, but I just thought if May River can, control the game clock, it'd be a close game, and it was. But Bluffton just had too much firepower for May River to handle, and May River's down on offense a little bit at the moment. So the other thing I was going to say is prayers go out to Brawlin player. Excuse me. And it sounds like a possible either broken forearm or broken wrist. I talked with Coach Bonneville right after the game was over. Just had to ask him, and he told me it was an arm injury of some sort.
That's encouraging because I thought it was something around his head or his neck.
Yeah,
no, you could see they had his arm.
Yeah, his arm
up when they took him off.
The EMTs arrived, so hopefully he's doing much better. But yeah, it was a scary one. I was not far from the injury when it happened. It was a pretty scary moment. So hopefully prayers up to him and his family. Hopefully they're doing okay through this. But that's also a big loss for May River as they head into the playoffs because he's a very vital part to their defense. So, but other than that, I think this was for the WHHI season to end. There couldn't have been a better game for it to end on. This was the best game of the season for our WHHI crew. The only other game I could think of is the Bridge Bowl between Bluffton and Hilton.
Yeah. Even last week was great, too.
Yeah.
Last was a great game as well between HAC and JP2, but I think this one took the cake.
Well, so was the Hilton Head Prep JP2 game. You got some good matchups. The Red Branch Ridgeland game was low scoring, but it was very competitive.
We saw Hardyville play tough despite the score there. It was a great season. I wish that we could have seen a little bit more out of Battery Creek, if I'm being honest, but I talked about them and given a really good effort tonight. Really good season for us and our crew. Couldn't do it without every single member of the crew. I can't stress that enough. A lot of times I mention everybody or can't mention everybody, but everybody that's been involved, especially guys like Max.
It's a team effort. Takes everybody.
Our interns, our young guys that came in, Logan Clark, just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
All right. Well, with that, part 1 of week 10 is down. We got another day of it tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow night for Lowco Pigskin Live. For Wes Kerr, Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, I'm Justin Jarrett. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow night, Friday night in the Lowco. Till next time, go Lowco.